Lecture 7. Chapter 22. This is the third round of their dialogue. Then Eliphaz the Temanite replied, "Wise people can benefit themselves, but does God need to gain anything from them? Is it any pleasure to the Almighty if you are righteous, or is it gain to Him if He make your ways blameless? Does God reprove you just to make you fear Him? Will God let you make judgments? Is your current situation not the result of your great sins? In this world the weary have no water to drink, and the hungry have no bread to eat, yet very few people care about them. However, the mighty possess land, and the honourable have their own estates. When disabled orphans and widows beg, they are often sent away empty-handed. All of a sudden, snares may entangle you, terrors may overwhelm you, darkness may shroud you, and flood may cover you. Look at the heaven full of twinkling stars. God is right there. Yet you say, what does God know? Can He judge through the deep darkness? Thick clouds cover everything so that He cannot see. Do you think this is possible? Have you noticed the unfair and unreasonable rules and traditions passed down by those ancestors? They were snatched away before their appointed time of death, and their possessions were also washed away. They said to God, "Leave us alone. What can the Almighty do to us?" I don't agree with their words, even though they were wealthy. The righteous see their ending and rejoice. The innocent mock them. In God's wrath they were consumed by fire, while the righteous and innocent remained unharmed. Trust in God, and thereby blessings will come to you. I pray that you receive teachings from God and bear them in your heart. If you turn to the Almighty, you will experience comprehensive and gradual growth and turn away from sins. Your attachment to money will diminish. The Almighty will bless and protect you, ensuring that you have abundant sustenance. God will dwell in your spirit, bringing joy and honour to you. If you pray to God and pay your vows, God will answer your prayers, and light will shine on your ways. The humble will be exalted and blessed by God. The pious and virtuous will be saved by God. Eliphaz's point was that having faith in God is crucial. Unrighteousness and suffering both result from a lack of faith in God. Chapter 23. Then Job replied, "My complaint is bitter. The punishment I experience is too heavy. If only I knew where to find him. If only I could go to his seat. I would state my case before him and ask why. I would know what he would answer me and understand what he would say to me. Would he reveal my sins with his great power? No, he would put strength in me. There, the righteous could consult him and argue with him, so I would be delivered from the judgment. Though I cannot see him, he knows the way that I take. When he has tested me, I shall become more pure. My feet have closely followed his steps. I have kept to his way without turning aside. I have never forsaken his commandments. I have treasured his teachings more than my daily bread. But who can change his will? What he desires, that he does. He guides my life, and there are many such things. Therefore, I feel nervous at his presence. When I think of all this, I am terrified. God makes me feel relaxed and warm, as well as anxious and tense. In the darkness, I am not cut off from God, and my eyes are not covered. In this chapter, Job once again pleaded for God's guidance and expressed his unwavering faith in God. Chapter 24. Since the Almighty regularly punishes the wicked, why doesn't he let those who believe in him witness such days? Some move landmarks, they seize flocks and pasture them. They drive away the donkey of the fatherless. They take the widow's ox for a pledge. They thrust the poor off the road. Their oppression and plunder force people into hiding. The poor work hard, barely managing to provide food for their children. They harvest crops and pick grapes for others. They are exploited and have to live in leaky huts, lacking clothing and covering in the cold. Due to leaky roofs, when heavy rain falls, they can only hug the rocks for lack of shelter. The wicked snatch the fatherless child from the breast and seize a pledge of the poor. Due to the exploitation and oppression from the wicked, the poor lack clothing and food. They make oil and tread wine presses for the rich, yet they themselves suffer thirst, with no time even to drink water. The groans of the sick and the cries of the sorrowful rise from the slums, but God seems to disregard the ignorance of those unrighteous people. The wicked rebel against the light and don't want to follow the path of light. They persecute the poor and needy during the day and steal forth like a thief in the night. Adulterers also wait for the twilight, saying, "No eye will see me," and veil their face. Thieves mark their targets during the day and break into houses at night. The wicked wish those hoping to have children to be barren. They like darkness but fear light, for light is like the shadow of death to them. These wicked people are lazy, yet like enjoying pleasures. Their portion is cursed in the earth. When they die, their bodies will be consumed by worms. Their souls will find nowhere to be reincarnated, and their graves will be forgotten. They will no longer be remembered, and they can no longer continue their evil deeds. The mighty rise and fall. No one can guarantee their own future. People can rest in their daily lives, but at any time they might leave their homes. The exalted will decline, those who gather will separate, and the living will die. If this is not so, who can prove that what I say is not true, and show that there is nothing in what I say?